Okay, I'm actually going to show you how to print this. I know that none of you are ready for this, but I wanted to give you the chance to actually see what I'm doing. So, your ink will look a little bit different than this. This is just what I have right now. You should have ink by Tuesday, I believe. So, this is the one that I cut out the white, right? I left the black. This is another one I did, and I've actually printed this, that I cut out the black. And these are the prints from it. Your first print is probably going to be really light. This is actually the first print because it kind of soaks up some of that ink. The second one is going to be a little bit darker once you roll it again. And this is called a ghost print, where you don't add any more ink, you just run the paper over it again. Okay? Questions? So I'm actually going to print both of these so you can see what I'm doing, what the difference is. Because I have this one printed already, and you can actually see there's a hole in it. I went too deep with this, and that doesn't matter on the printing because I'm not printing that deep. See, there's no, you can't even tell where it was. But you see how this is a negative of what the original was? The original was just the drawing, right? Questions? So you can either cut out all the white, or you can cut out all the black. It's up to you. It's what you want it to look like at the end. Okay, for your ink. And this stuff that I have dries really fast, so I'm going to go through this a couple times really fast. This is a Baron. These are Breyers. When you have one of these, you want to set it, when it has ink on it, set it upside down. Otherwise, you're going to leave little ink marks all over the place. So, the Baron is what you're going to use to rub this, or you can use this press. We're going to give this a shot and see how it looks. So I'm just going to squeeze out some ink, and make sure you close this up because this stuff dries really fast. And I'm just going to run a little bit about the size of my brayer. The key to this is having it really thin, a really, really thin coat. I actually have too much on there. If you guys need to lean in to see what I'm talking about, you can.
How come you do it on a mirror?
I'm doing it on a mirror because it's just a surface. It's just a good surface to do it. I'm actually gonna, can you see how there's like this frog skin kind of texture to it? Can you guys lean in and see that? That's what you want. You want it to have that kind of texture. It means it's really thin. This is actually just a little bit thicker than what I'd like, but because this is the first time I'm printing it, it's gonna soak up a little bit of the ink, so I'm gonna use a little more. So, you want to make sure that you get it really well from all sides, but that you're not getting too much ink all over it. And then I'm actually going to move it over, because as I press down I may accidentally get the paper with this stuff that I have around it. So once the paper's down, you don't adjust it because it'll smear the ink. Take your Baron, sorry. You're going to rub it. Make sure that you get all of the edges really well, and you're probably going to get ink all over yourself. Ink on the back of the paper isn't that big a deal. So you want to be able to kind of see this through it. And then you'll peel it up. And you see how that chatter around it, see how that follows the curve of my hair in that photo? That's what I was talking about when you, as you're cutting, make sure that you're cutting with whatever it is that's next to it, because it adds to it rather than detracts from it. Does that make sense? So that's what I mean by when I'm saying the chatter should follow what you're doing. That one actually came out pretty well. The next one will actually probably end up being darker because I'll have more ink on it.